dramatic pictures of the war. Men wading out to a vessel beached at low tide.
The biggest evacuation in military history. The miracle of Dunkirk saw a small victory snatched from the jaws of defeat by a flotilla of daring little ships. Amongst them, Princess Frida. With the men stranded on the beach being shot at and dive-bombed, it was Princess Frida's job to shuttle them out to sea to a destroyer. She made the journey throughout the day, probably saving thousands of lives. Her rudder was damaged, but she survived, rebuilt to what we see today, but now under threat from health and safety.
They want to make it single deck, so if I open these doors here, you can see I've got a deck just here, and I'd have to effectively strip this saloon off above my head and then building a saloon on top of it, so effectively my ticket would be cut at least in half. It wouldn't be cost effective to do that, it would be financial suicide.
The proposals are designed to make boats safer in a collision. Work to make Princess Frida up to scratch would probably cost £250,000. Danny says in reality, the boat would have to be beached. Jobs would be lost, and the tourist service she and her sister boats provide between Hampton Court, Kew and Westminster would stop.
I think it's a case of civil servants who have over-specified or over-sought to bring in new regulations, possibly meaning well, but the implications are really quite regrettable and very, very negative.
The Maritime and Coast Guard Agency says only 4 of the 198 surviving Dunkirk little ships would be affected by proposed safety changes, and that they will look at individual cases where ships have a historical value.
We pass ship after ship, packed with men whom the long arm of the Royal Navy has brought off the beaches of Dunkirk.
Churchill called it a miracle of deliverance, you know, you can't put it any better than that, frankly.
If plans are approved, it's estimated 20 boats on the Thames could be scrapped, including 2 Dunkirk veterans, retired by health and safety 79 years after they sailed towards the most unimaginable danger. Martin Stew, ITV News.